there, YouTube? Bryce here. We are over on stream. We're playing some Ball Pit. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I've played. I played the demo a while back when that first hit during the Next Fest. Played that a bunch. I really enjoyed that demo a ton. And so then when I got access to this full build, I was able to continue that file forward into the new build. And so I was able to really show off a lot of really cool stuff in the last episode that I posted. If you're watching me live right now, it's the episode that I posted today. Now I'm starting up some more, but what you're going to notice is my progress will have been set back significantly because, as many of you know, I have been needing to reformat my computer for a while. And so I did, and there was apparently a problem with my Steam cloud, and thus my stuff did not save properly. So here's where I'm currently at with my town. And for those of y'all who have not seen the game, let me run through kind of how this works real quick. The game itself is a roguelite, survivor-like, bullet heaven type game. So, you know, think Vampire Survivors, but where the actual gameplay that you're doing is like the classic game Brick Breaker or Breakout or whatever you've heard it called as, Arkanoid, where you're bouncing a ball against some bricks and then bouncing it back to you. It's like Pong, but single player. So that's kind of the main gameplay mechanic, like the action part of the gameplay. Then there's this part of the gameplay, which is like the city management. So here, we gather resources to build buildings. We use those from those buildings we gain things like access to new stats or abilities or characters or whatever. So you lay out your town and you do all that kind of stuff in order to essentially make your meta progress. And in this way, the characters that you unlock are the citizens to your village. It's very bizarre, but here, I'll just show you. Over here, I have a farm, and on this farm, I actually have this knight assigned to work here. And so he's going to be harvesting wheat for me every 5 minutes. Like, that's just while I'm playing. Look, every 5 minutes, boom, I'm getting wheat, okay? Then, I can also manually harvest, and I also need to build, which is what these ones are. These are all scaffolds. If I click on harvest here, I'm sending out my dudes, also in a Brick Breaker, Arkanoid, Breakout fashion. And we do our meta stuff here. So I'll just go ahead and let's just send our guys out and you'll see kind of how it works. Look at them go. So I want to try and bounce off as many of these scaffolds as I can to try and finish building these buildings. Just how I'm going to make my progress. All right, what did I unlock? We finished a farm. Oh, we upgraded the farm and we finished speed scaling. So whenever my speed stat increases in game now, it will scale at a faster rate. And so you'll see that in our stats as we go forward. All right, now, real quick, I'm going to look at chat and see what y'all are saying. Didn't realize there was city building. Yeah, this whole component is really interesting. And so then like you expand out, right? So like our maximum size so far seems like up to here. And you build different buildings. You can see all these are locked. You only get one of each of these, generally. Economy ones are different, so like I could have as many farms as I want, but there are some that are in economy that are only one-time builds. So, but like these kinds of resources, if I wanted to build more stones and stuff to put them down, I totally could. As I unlock more characters, there will be more and more reason for me to do so. But right now, I'm mostly just focused on, I just want to get as many of these buildings built. I may even segment my town out even smaller next time we come back. So I could just be like, I just want every bounce to be hitting a wall and I don't care about gathering resources. But let's go ahead. Let's do a run. Let's see, what are we doing all these things for? Okay, so of all of the characters that I do currently have unlocked, right now, if you played the demo, or if you had seen my demo play, you'd recognize these three characters. The first character you unlock is the knight. He's got nothing special. All right? Or the warrior, excuse me. He's got nothing special. He starts with the bleed ball. There's the itchy finger, who he fires fast and quickly, but has like low accuracy. and starts with a fireball. And then there's the Repentant. He started with the freeze ball, and his balls bounced off of the back wall through the enemies. Like it like comes back to you. But then there's these 3 other ones that I've unlocked as part of the new content, and there's also still 10 more to unlock. I have seen some of these other characters. I just don't have them unlocked because of my sad loss of my save file. So we have the Cohabitants, where you actually get 2 characters, so you spawn double of your balls, though they do less damage. You have the Embedded, whose balls pierce always until they hit a wall. And then you have the Cogitator, who starts with the laser ball, but he makes all the choices for you. Because I just want to make a lot of meta progress, I figure I might as well go ahead. Let's pick the Cohabitants, because I'm going to get that bonus there. And let's pick a level. I have not beaten the Snowy Shores with the Cohabitants, so let's do that. All right. Okay. And here we are, the Cohabitants. So as you can see, we're launching double balls, and we're starting with the beetles, which I believe it's when the beetles hit, they have a chance of spawning small ones, I think. Because there's the spider, there's like the egg sacs that can explode into multiples, and then there's the beetles which can like spawn multiples, I think is how that works. Explodes into 2 to 4 on hitting an enemy, and then the Broodmother, 25% chance of birthing a ball each time it hits. Let's go with lightning, actually. Okay. Goodness. Alrighty. Yeah, my throat started to hurt me. Give me a second. Oh man, y'all, it's like sinuses and everything. Today's apparently a massive pollen day. So that's not good for me. Okay, let's keep going. I like the lightning a lot. You like the Itchy Fingers hat? It's a good hat. It's a very nice hat. Gives me big Cyrano energy. Okay. All right. Let's go with the Archer's effigy. So now I'm gonna have a little archer guy summoning up from the bottom down here, and so like that's my guy now. Now, if my balls hit it, they will interact with it, you know. But there's this whole kind of summoning build almost that you can do. I haven't really gone too deep on it, but I'm intrigued by it. Okay. Oh. So y'all, what, y'all been watching any horror movies or anything as part of your Halloween extravaganzas? That laser. All right. Hey, Selassie, how's it going? I'm doing all right. How are you doing? Let's grab... We could do the leech. I like the Warhorn as well, though. Let's get the Warhorn. Increase all baby ball damage. Does watching Silent Hill F count? Sure, sure. How is it, by the way? I feel like I've heard good things. Did they finish it? Because I also heard it's not, like, super long. Totally counts, y'all. Totally counts. I rewatched Scream 1 through 3 It's been my most like deliberate sit-down action, and then I just watched a whole bunch of random found footage movies, but I kind of do that always. Let's see. You'd always use some suggestion for fun Halloween movies. I lean towards something more silly, less gory, for you to watch with your parents when they're out here for Halloween. Let me think on it, PC Man. Let me think on it. You have the Festival of Darkness and Scary, and we have one called Diwali. You have the Festival of Light. Yeah, ours is the... You know... The celebration of sort of the eve of... I mean, it's a celebration of the harvest is where it comes from, but then it's the sort of like the eve of spirits and whatnot. Yeah, I'm aware of Diwali for sure. I've never participated. I've never been to a Diwali celebration, but I think most people now are aware of Diwali in America. I'd assume, maybe not, but I certainly. I've known about Diwali for quite some time. Most of the strong... Yeah, like, after I said that, I was like, well, maybe that's more... Because, like, for me, it's like... There's a generational component. And I'm just specifically thinking, I'm like... If you watched The Office, which I know is a silly thing to say, but it's also absolutely the case. If you watched The Office, you know what Diwali is. Hatch! Thank you for them 44 months. You wish to celebrate Halloween one day? Yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it's just you're dressing up with other people and kind of participating in some spooky stuff if that's what you're into. Which I'm always on board for sure. Let's do lightning bugs. You would easily swap Diwali for Halloween if I wasn't someone... I mean, I imagine that Diwali is just as fun in different ways. I mean, personally, I'm just a very dark and macabre individual. Friendly pieces gain 100% more health. Ooh, that's cool. So there's some of these that are like specific, where it's like if you have like the fireball, then you can get like the little flask for fire, you know, right? So then this one is for my archer guys. So I should maybe try and get another summoned character. Ah! But yeah, just as someone who's just a horror fan, Halloween is just kind of an excuse to focus on those things. Ooh, the healer's effigy. Keep me alive. Do, do, do. Do, do. There we go. Some lightning hits. Feels like reverse Tetris. A little bit. How's it going, Ferris? It's like, it's Brick Breaker, right? Or like, you know. To me, I was thinking about it earlier, it's like if you take away the kind of board game-like mechanic, it's sort of like really fancy Space Invaders as well. It's like if you take out the component of it that's the bouncing balls and everything like that, it's like Space Invaders. Well, I guess you just do a fusion. Not the best. But yeah, for me it's Brick Breaker or Arkanoid is what it makes me think of, because Arkanoid was the one I played on Super Nintendo, which is just Brick Breaker with like a story. Yeah, let's ghost it. I'm glad I got the healer's effigy, because I'm going to be getting hit here, it seems. Ooh, look at my archer just tearing up that column up there. Star Defender, 2, 3, and 4. Got it. Got it, got it. Alright. Okay. Ooh, this is a rough one. This is a rough one, y'all. Healer effigy might be the thing that saves this. Okay. Yeah, just give me a fission. Alright, mini boss. Do I grab... Does poison and wind make one? It might. It might make a combo. Okay. These blocks that they have where they have the angles, like how he has like a triangle shape to him, it does make it a little bit trickier when you're trying to line up your shots. You're like, wait a minute. I got to figure out how I can make sure that that bounces back the right way, you know? Because sometimes you can see that some of my balls get trapped up behind them from time to time. That can be a good thing because it's hitting them a bunch from the back, but it can also sometimes be a bad thing if you can't spawn a ball near you and suddenly enemies are getting close to you. So there's a lot of things we have to think about. Where's this ball going to end up after 3 bounces, you know? Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes you've got enough AoE or whatever that it's like, yeah, it's not a problem. Let's go for that. Oh gosh. It's nice to have. I've been developing kind of a, you know, a theory of gameplay for this. And I feel like sometimes you need some form of like AoE or you're screwed. Just because you need surface area damage, as I often say. Where it's like, after a point, it doesn't matter if you can do an instant kill with a single ball if it can only hit one target. Before it has to bounce and reload. Because if that's the case, then it's like, it just won't hit fast enough to kill everything. Versus, you know, doing a tiny amount of damage but hitting 20 dudes with it. You'll clear the board very quickly. So, I've lost a lot of runs by not having that. So in my head, I'm always like, okay, you gotta have some kind of AoE, so that's where we've got our lightning stuff. Ooh, we do have an Evo. And I think this one will do it as well now. Yeah, see, the Noxious passes through. That's a perfect one right there. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So now, whatever ball I get next is just picking what I'm going to combo with the Noxious. If I'm able to get it upgraded enough. Okay. Oh, I don't think I will be able to, actually. Unless I get another fission. Okay. Crush them. Okay. That's interesting stuff. That's interesting stuff, Abby. What do I need more of? Let's get wood. I think wood is the resource that I'm kind of needing the most. What was I going to say? Oh, so one of y'all was asking earlier for a horror movie that would be good, that's kind of silly fun for the family kind of thing. There's one that I watched recently. It's called the WNUF. I think it's WNUF. It might be WHUF. But I think it's WNUF. Halloween special. Or something to that effect. Or maybe it's the WHUF holiday special. I don't know. Something to that effect. Now I need to look it up. It is a fake 90s, like, Dateline NBC investigation of a haunted house. A WNUF Halloween special, says Ash. Thank you. it is like as if you were to watch like a 60 minutes or something like that special about them going to investigate, like, you know, the Conjuring house or something, right? And they're like, in here, there's supposed to be real ghosts. We're going to speak to these spirits. But it's like, they'll like go to break and there'll be like these fake commercials and stuff. And like when something goes wrong, you know, then they'll be like, oh, back to the studio, or here, let's play this little program. And it's just done in such a genuine, like, 90s feeling way that it's if you were alive then, it is wild to watch. It is funny in so many ways, just to like for the experience of it. I love that kind of a movie. It's sort of like the emulated, like simulated reality. It's sort of like analog horror is the way I was seeing it. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, it's kind of like analog horror because it takes itself seriously. It exists within universe. It was made as media within the horror universe it exists within, right? So in that sense, it sort of is like an analog horror. And then just the media itself that it uses is analog because it's you know, the medium of like VHS cable kind of deal. It's great though. It's great. So many great little gags and just all the different little fake commercials that they made. It's clear that the goal that the team making this had was, we want to make this feel accurate, first and foremost. Like, clearly that was the goal. Ooh, goodness. Almost got hit there. Sorry, I'm talking about stuff, not even talking about what we're doing over here. Gaming. Trying to think, what else have I watched recently? I started watching one and then realized quickly, like, it sucks. Ow, I got hit. I'm gonna get hit again. Ow. Call it The Final Project or something. Got real bored with it real fast. It looked like it was pretty low budget, so it may have just been one of those ones. It's like it literally was a class final project. What else? Because I've watched a few newer ones this year. I watched Longlegs not too long ago. I watched, we went and saw those ones in theaters. The Conjuring. Still haven't seen Weapons. Would like to see Weapons. And we want to watch Bring Her Back is on Halloween. You saw The Long Walk recently? Oh, which one's The Long Walk? Which one's Dad? Weapons is so good. I've heard great things. We almost saw it. It was when we went to go to the drive-thru to see The Conjuring. Weapons was playing after it as well. We were tired. We're old, you know? We got past the first one. We're like, you know what? I kind of just want to go get in bed. That's happening more and more as we age, you know? Where you're like, you know, honestly, there's all this stuff we could do, but I just kind of want to rest. Mr. Ades, how's it going? Have we seen Sinners? We still have not seen Sinners. Which I know, that itself is a sin. I want to. I really, really want to. We keep on, it's like we're supposed to watch it with people, we're supposed to do this, that. It's one of those ones that we have turned into an event and therefore have not done because we're too busy all the time. I think many of us, many of y'all out there can probably sympathize with that experience. But it's like, if it's nonsense junk that doesn't matter, I can watch it, no problem. It will happen, it will be watched. If it's a suggestion of a friend, or if it's like something where it's like, oh, we want to watch it together, we're going to sit down, we're going to watch this one together, we got to wait to watch it. Never happens. Never happens. It's just the nature of it. So like, it has legitimately become a thing where I've told Chrissy that like, there's only so many movies that we can have set aside for we're watching that together. And if we want to put another one on there, then we have to take one off the list because like, otherwise I'll never see anything ever again. You know what I mean? Boom! Look at that. Gears collected. Sinners is definitely one that we need to make happen though. Okay. What do we get? Upgrade. Okay, so here you can see we got the D, E, E, C, E, E. So right now it means nothing. Okay? Well, it means something, but what it means just simply is that, like, this value times this value is what the overall value is. So 12 endurance times D, whatever the value for D ends up being, is what will boost that. It's from what I understand. Improve as your endurance increases. Yeah, so as this number increases, stats like HP will improve more quickly. Okay. Harvest from adjacents. Now, okay, yep, they already did that. We got one new blueprint. Let's return to base. Grab some resources we were gone. I got gears to upgrade the lift, so let's go ahead and do that. So now we're going to unlock the desert. Is this game in Hex? What do you mean? Like, does it take place in Heck? Or do you mean is it made in a thing called Hex? Or hexadecimal? Do, 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 do. Like hex code? Basically. Yeah, I learned Hex on Game Shark. Learning how to use my Game Shark. It ran hexadecimal, so I learned what that meant. FF, baby! Infinite all the way! Okay, what do we got here? Lumberyard. So yeah, if I can sneak that in somewhere near the wood, that'll get me some bonuses there. So that could be good. We'll put it down, but I'm gonna need to do some rearranging here. So I think what I'm gonna do is let's actually build... let's expand. I guess I could expand this way. And then what I'll do is we're gonna grab that guy. We'll put him over here eventually, because this is where I'm gonna have this like forest area extend to. But right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this up so that I'm just gonna bounce around inside this smaller zone so that I will get these buildings upgraded sooner. Get them built sooner. Okay. Yeah, that should do a little bit better. So I'm not going to be gathering any wood. I'm not going to be, interacting with any of these other buildings. But this should it'll help me just get this done, And even more so. No. I still want my farm doing its farm business. Okay. So, yeah, let's just do it like this. What do we do in this game? Well, right now I'm doing the city building aspect of this game, which is this is how you unlock your stat upgrades. This is how you unlock more characters. It's how you gather resources. And ultimately, this is how you make your meta progress. The in-game component is, yeah, as Advay just said, sort of a brick breaker type game and a sort of, a roguelite, survivor-like, deck builder, etc. type thing. Let's go ahead. We're going to just put the itchy finger over here. So now I've got my lumber yard as well that has now been built. So I'm going to take it. It's going to go over here. So it's going to also gather from these forest tiles. And with the extra money that we've got, let's build some more forest tiles. So now I'm going to actually, let's go to movement mode. I'm going to move all of this kind of over here. And then now this building here, I want to make sure it's within, yeah, beautiful. Just like that. Okay. So right now I'm doing a little bit of rearranging here, but the important thing to note is that this building is the Veteran's Hut, which is the house for the embedded, which is like the sort of mummy-like character. And it gives bonus XP to the characters from these different homes. So I want it to be touching as many of the hero buildings as I can. This haunted house, each harvest, the first 2 workers that bounce on this building gain 25% movement speed. Okay, well then what I want is I want that to be right towards the edge of this guy, but near the stuff that people harvest, right? So putting that, honestly, right there, great spot for it. They're gonna hit that when they're coming to hit the wood. It's going to be great, and I know it's going to be within range there. Let's see. Your phone, you're on your browser, doubles the first letter sometimes. Yeah, I've noticed that happens, yeah. Now, what are you? Drop a bonus gold for every 10 enemies killed in the level. So this guy doesn't need to be reachable. The Cogitator doesn't have any bonus yet, so he doesn't need to be reachable. What else we got? The Wheelwright doesn't need to be touchable. The Exorcist doesn't need to be touchable. You do not. You are the Schoolhouse. I'm not exactly sure what those ones are for. The Barracks is Strength. So I'm guessing that... Let's see, you're the Consulate. You're the Schoolhouse. No, I think these are probably the only houses right now. The Knight didn't have one. Or the Warrior or whatever. Okay. We're going to leave this like this. It's a little empty at the moment. But better to have that, and then I can rearrange, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's do another run. Let's do another run. And, you know, y'all let me know if things are not looking as smooth or anything that's different or whatever, because obviously I'm running on the reformat. So hopefully we shouldn't have all of the crashes and things that we've had the past several months. All right, the embedded. Let's do this thing. And let's try out the desert. Why not? So the embedded is the one where our attacks will pierce until they hit a wall. Okay. Oh, this game's great. I love the character designs too. These like lizard guys are awesome. Yeah, I'm generally gonna always pick the one that's gonna give me the bonus resources unless I have a specific reason to play as a specific character. Ooh, let's get the Golden Bull. So this is another summon one. It's gonna come up behind me. But it will it'll take hits, and then when it dies, it drops money. The longer it survives, the more money it will drop. My hits do hurt it. So it's like there's a level of trying to avoid hitting it as well. But not as big of a deal as I do like it just being there to kind of tank from time to time if the columns start to get a little bit too close to me. And then the money part is just like a nice little bonus, you know? Let's grab freeze. Let's just get a variety of balls to start with. I've found that having 4 is better than having like one fully upgraded one. Having 4 level 1s is better than having one fully upgraded one, generally. We'll go fire. Oh, and apparently there was a fission thing. Hey, I'll take it. This song goes unnecessarily hard. I know, right? It's good. It's good. All the music in this game is good. Let me tell you. Yeah, did you see that? The Golden Bull just died and then it dropped like 7 gold. I've seen them make it to like the top of the screen and drop like, I think maybe like 12, 13, 14. They do drop more the more you upgrade them, so maybe also there's that component as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's upgrade our stuff. Let's try and work towards getting the Frostburn. If I could get a wind one as well, and then I could get like the Plague Mist thing, the like cloud that I had last time, and combo that with the Frostburn one as well, that'd be huge. Yeah, look at all of that gold. All right. Have you played Megabonk? Oh yeah, Jinx. I dig Megabonk. Although now all of my progress is gone, so I have to restart the game, which is rough. Has the full game released? It releases tomorrow, I believe, Duckweed. I think it releases tomorrow. Yeah. I have been fortunate enough to be given early access. So I plan on playing it, I think all stream today, just because I know it's something that like y'all don't get to play right now. So if you're wanting to see it, this is how you're seeing it. I also know Wander put out some content. I know Wander, I think, played a little bit yesterday. I would have put out stuff yesterday on it, but I had just gotten my computer back, you know? So like I had to deal with the whole reformat and the lost save files and everything. But yeah, tomorrow you'll be able to pick this one up. And then, yeah, Megabonk's great. Megabank is you know, I can't help myself, but I said it. I was gonna say it, so I'm saying it. It's bonkers. So it's gonna suck that I have to redo a lot of that stuff because I did accomplish some pretty dang cool achievements in that one. But it is what it is. Basically, any progress in any game I made over the past like 3 months seems like it's gone. It's too bad. I'm guessing I turned off my Steam cloud at some point to like 0 out of file. I know I have to do that all the time if I want to do it for... Oh, beautiful. That's what I wanted. If I have to do it for Vampire Survivors or Creeper World or something like that, if I ever want to reset all my files, I always have to turn off the Steam cloud. And I play those games all the time. I replay them all the time. So it's entirely possible that I turned it off at some point and I left it off like a goofball. And you know, that's that. Let's see. Yeah, we try, Advay. We try. I mean, I think I think it's just who we are. Okay. Let's. Okay, I'm okay wasting the fission. Advay, I appreciate that. I don't think we ain't that big of a deal. But we are fortunate to be in the position we're in. Certainly. It is a privilege. Ooh, do we get the archer? Well, let's increase our burn. Let's do another fission. Now. Okay, the next 2 fusions will totally get the evolution that I want. So then it's just kind of like, what else do I get? Maybe like lasers, maybe. Well, Advait, I'll say, because I know you're kind of working on getting into it. Email, reach out, go look them up. Go look up the devs, email them. Be like, hey, I've got my YouTube channel or my Twitch channel or whatever that I'm starting. A lot of smaller developers, indie developers and whatnot, they will be more willing than you might think to, you know, send you stuff to check out. You may think you're too small at some points. Give it a shot. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. There we go. All right, and then we're going to fuse that with the burn one, and then we're solid. And Jinx, I appreciate you telling your friends to check us out. It helps a lot. Advait World, we've been doing it for a while, you know? You learn slowly over time. And I'm fortunate enough to work with other people, so we've got a lot of different areas of expertise. Ooh, okay, we're starting to get up against some larger stacks, some higher HPs. Okay. Luckily, I can like fire through them. So this is what I was talking about with like the surface area, where it's like, as long as I can hit enough of them in a go, it can make up for the fact that there are so many more stacks and so much more HP. Ooh, I got poisoned. Rude. Yeah, boost this guy. Okay, and then once we kill this guy, we'll get... Oh, do I want to hit it? Do I want to hit it? Ah, I guess I'll hit it. It's fine. Okay. Yeah. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. Your friend binge watched Minecraft in 2 weeks? All of it? There's way too many to... There's too much to do that. There's too much. We got... How many episodes of Minecraft? Like, legitimately, I believe there's more than 2 weeks worth of just literal video footage. I'm just right, like, because it's hundreds of episodes, right? Am I mistaken? I mean, you know, cool. I'm glad you liked it. Sorry we didn't fully finish the story. What's with the piece coming from the bottom? Those are my guys. I have an upgrade that is giving me that golden bull guy. Boom. Turbo ball. And so what it does is it does block out lanes. And when it dies, it drops gold. A wild pig stream. Brenner, how's it going, bud? What did I see you playing the other day? Was it this? I saw you playing something the other day. I was like, yeah, good game. Good game. It was Mega Bonk. Strength. Okay. Ah, DRG Survivor. Yeah. Ugh, that's another one that I lost all my recent progress in. Great game. Great game. Farming them Chivos. There's so many. Does the bull drop a random amount or distance? It drops an amount based on the distance that it travels. This music, it's hitting you, Advait. It's good. It's good. They do a good job of getting like a creepy kind of like mysterious vibe. Let's just go with laser. Let's just go with a little more AoE. But yeah, it's wild to me. There's like 500 achievements in that game or something, isn't there? I just accomplish so many every time I play. I feel like when achievements first started being a thing, games would have like 12, maybe 20 achievements. And now games can have like hundreds. Get an achievement for every task you accomplish. Which, you know, that's all right. It gives you incentives and goals to aim for. You're at 50%, 152 of 300. Yeah, it's so wild. I'll have to look in a moment at what mine is. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and look. Let's just do this real quick. Let me see if I can Alt-tab over to my Steam. Deep Rock. Achievements. 160 of 300. Yeah. 53%. I got you beat, Brenner. You got to catch up. You got to catch up. There we go. You could look at mine if I didn't hide everything from my friends. Oh, yeah, I have everything locked down. It's one of those ones where it's mostly just because back in the day, people, you get like tons and tons of invites from people just out of the blue with no like messages or knowledge or anything like that, and it gets kind of overwhelming, so I just kind of made myself invisible. I think it's kind of different now. People reach out to you on social media and stuff, but back in the day it was just like I'd be in the middle of a game and I'd get a random message. I've had it hidden for as long as I've known you. Yeah, no, I've had it hidden like since we started Stumpt. Because there was a time where like I'd be recording and I'd get like a little notification and I'd get all this kind of stuff, and my kind of social anxiety, I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And then yeah, I just never changed it. I'm just in general a very do not perceive me kind of person, which is like, I know as a YouTuber, what a concept. But it's like, I like to be perceived when I'm in perceive me mode, you know? Oh, the mob dropper? Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, important. It's an important Minecraft feature to have. Do, 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 do. Wah, Brenner? Wah? Oh, we're crushing it on this one. Let's get more wood, I think. All right, almost boss time. Yeah, this run has been great. Oh, I missed out on some gold down there. Gimme. Nice. Almost missed it. Yeah, see, look at how much gold we make. I love getting the gold bowl, because we had him in the last one too, right? You started playing Minecraft recently, like 3 to 4 months maybe, with your friend. The first world was a bummer that he made. A bummer? Why a bummer? Alright. Our piercing attacks. Oh. Yeah, so just gotta line up the shots, hit him with the poison and the frost and the burn all at once. It's all about the status effects. Oh, Pocket Edition? Got it. I've never played Pocket. Is it just creative mode, or do they now have the full game in Pocket? I like to mention this a lot because it's like, man, back in the day, the early Minecraft, now that it's been over a decade, it's wild to be like, it's a classic game. It's like a vintage game, you know? When it first came out, it was only creative mode in alpha. Or not only creative mode, there was survival mode, but it was just solo in alpha. And I didn't know that you could make a bucket to move water around, so I spent so much time building an aqueduct from a source of water that was at the top of a mountain so I could make it slowly cascade down towards where my base was in order to get water to my farms. Because I didn't realize you could bucket it. Because back then, like, there was no in-game information. Full stop, period. There was no in-game information. You start up your level, you're there. Have at it, start punching trees, and they don't even tell you to punch trees. You gotta learn that online. It was like the first game that got really huge that required you to do research. And so in that way, Minecraft has also been a gosh darn nightmare on games because it suddenly gave so many game devs the excuse to not create good tutorials or information systems in their games. Basically being like, no, you can look it up. You can look it up. And like, I'll say there's a difference between having secrets and having like mechanics that you have to learn via looking online in wikis. Personally, controversial opinion maybe, mean opinion maybe, opinionated opinion maybe. I think it's lazy. Like, and maybe this is also coming from the as a teacher perspective. It's like, if you don't communicate what you want people to do, you should not expect them to do it. You should expect them actually to not do it. And so it's like, if your game can't be played without having to look up the information to play it, your game will not be played. Like that's the psychological like pathway that a lot of people are going to go down. You're asking them to do homework. The Stumpt Terraria experience, yeah. Terraria, I think, was the first culprit to really push it. You know? Like, Minecraft gave the excuse for the rule, and then Terraria proved the rule, I think. Which is why I like and I hate Terraria. The other part is just the community. We've talked about it numerous times. It's changed over the years. I think that nowadays I could play Terraria again and not feel like, you know, I'm running into the lion's den. But for a while, it was a pretty toxic thing to be involved with online. Like Sea of Thieves. All right. Crush it, crush it, crush it, crush it, crush it. I'll say this boss, like, honestly, order of difficulty for the bosses, strangely enough, of the levels that I have played. Mausoleum. Got one of our gears, got the desert trophy. Of the bosses I've played, the very first one is the hardest. because it has the most complex like angle to try and hit it at. But every boss can be easily defeated with balls that pass through the enemy. Factory automation games get a pass from me. There's so many little details that can go into those games and how certain buildings or things, etc. behave that's hard to put all directly into the game. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think Satisfactory does a good job in-game of telling you what you need to do by just like giving you all the stuff and having the little mini goals of like, okay, now make this. Okay, now you need to make these. Okay, now you need to make these, where it's like in getting you to each goal, then they are teaching, they're having you set up the things that you need in order to make the next thing, right? So they do it really well, but it is something that requires the game, like the devs putting in a lot of effort to make it work. So yeah, I think Satisfactory is a perfect example of a game that knows that that's a problem. That said, fully understand still not being on board with it, because there's a mental level of it in terms of like you want to know if you want to know the specific math and the ratios, and if you want to like fully optimize your usages of power and like where do you put your upgrades and all those kinds of things, like that's when you got to get into the wiki. Woodmaster. Wheat just feels like it's a lot easier to come by. Nice, building up that XP booster. I like that as you level up your characters, it levels up their buildings, and then those buildings give bonuses to the nearby buildings. Meaning, as you level up your other characters, all characters will be getting bonuses, essentially. Isn't that cool? I love seeing this too. The little like path of evolution. Love it. And I'll say this, y'all, and maybe we'll get to see it today at some point. There are higher level evolutions. I've gone from one where it's like I had a level 1 evolution and I comboed it with another item and got a level 2 evolution, which then meant I was able to combine that evolution with another level of ball. It's wild. I've only found one of those. But if I get the opportunity, if I see the 3 items that I need to make it happen, I'll do it. Hey, we got lite. Stationeers is a great use of an in-game wiki plus an online wiki. Okay. Stationeers. I know I've heard of that one. This one is the schoolhouse. Why is this guy over here? Okay, so now this guy got upgraded, so that's nice. We got the schoolhouse here. Let's build, if we can afford it. Let's get our stat scaling. Let's get our trophy. And let's get... I need some stone. Well, I can aim for getting stone. So let's do a little bit of that. So we can get all this stone. Maybe that'll help. Let's add this guy back over here. Can I upgrade any of these? 160 and 4 wood. Let's upgrade these. It costs a lot of my money, but I think it'll be worth it. Let's do a little harvest action. And yeah, we'll bounce through these guys and then we'll hit a good amount of these other buildings. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. No, like you. I just seem to hit the sides a lot more consistently because I start out going horizontally. So that's what I'm going to aim for. Let's see. Hey, Jay, how's it going? All right, what do we unlock? We got a couple of them? Okay. Which ones? We got the schoolhouse, all characters gain +3 bonus intelligence. And we got +3 bonus leadership. Cool. And then, yeah, we just keep on shifting these things around as we come back. I'm not as focused on resources right now because, honestly, I've been getting a good amount of the resources in game, right? Like, in the actual fights. Have I built an actual farm? Okay, so I have a farmhouse. I don't have whatever the other person one is. This guy is gathering me lumber from these lumber yards. And do I have enough? I do not have enough to expand again because I could build another lumberyard or another set of these farms. Like that's something that I want to do that I haven't done in the past generally in this game is think about how can I build out like a farmland and lumberyard and like rock quarry area like out here, you know, like as I go further out and then have just all my buildings clustered together where they, you know, they need to be. You got a head cold. You're trying to decide if it's autumn cold or stress sickness. Hopefully it's just a headache. Okay. I think we're good. It wants us to be the cohabitants again, but I haven't even played the cogitator yet. So I think let's just do that. It's a fun little thing to do. He'll make all the decisions. Let's go to the desert again. Or the snowy shores. Because we have 4 blueprints we haven't discovered here. We have 8 undiscovered blueprints here. Let's go... Well, let's go to the snowy shores. Let's go to the snowy shores. Gonna go grab some lunch? All right. See you in a bit, PC man. Okay. You get the same stress symptoms as cold symptoms. Got it. I'm sorry. Okay. So... all of the ball decisions, all of the item decisions, those are all going to be made for me. Like as soon as I get an option, you'll see a little hand appear and it will make the choice for me. Here, you'll see. He says, choose the light. Cool. Got the new ball, the light ball. It has the blind effect on enemies, which I think makes it so that if they try and attack me, they have a good chance of missing. Did Escape the Backrooms get an update? Did it? Because that's awesome if it did. Then the Stumpt crew might have to play that for Halloween. Okay, and then the egg sack. Okay. Did it get one? Oh, I don't know. If you're asking me, I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty soon. It's like 4 new rooms. I mean, hell yeah. That is one of the better Backrooms games. It may be the best one. It may be the most, like, authentic Backrooms game to what the Backrooms are supposed to be. There are some that are like the first-person ones that are pretty visually, like, impressive. I feel like Escape the Backrooms captures... Maybe it does the best job of capturing the SCP nature of Escape the Backrooms, of like the way that you are the science crew going in and whatnot, you know? Is there a specific name for the organization in the Backrooms that's not SCP? Because I know that like Backrooms technically falls within SCP, but SCP is kind of like a meta thing when it comes to that. Like I know Kane Pixels has now sort of become the main Backrooms lore decider, but you know, that's obviously just Kane's version of it. But I think he's actually directing the movie, isn't he? Outside of DRG, you've been enjoying MC Eternal 2. They've added so much since y'all played. Have they? Not a surprise. I mean, gosh. The amount of time that has passed. The pandemic really ruined my perception of long time. Just got this new college shooter who's kind of an a-hole about stuff, so that's the main source of stress right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Jay. Can you get a new one? Or is that out of your control? Because tutor's kind of like a therapist. You need to get along with them, otherwise you're not going to really succeed. Oh. What you making? Toxic ball. He's leaving in November and coming back in January. Well, sorry you gotta deal with that. It's annoying. Toxic laser. Oh, excuse me. Radiation beam. It's interesting how in this one they turn poison into radiation. do 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 do. I would like to get the dark ball, because if you combo light and dark, you get a very powerful one. Mark Duplass is also involved in judging by the creep tapes. Kane Pierce Parsons should have a lot of support. Cool. Very cool. I haven't watched any of the creep tapes, the series. I've watched the 2 movies, which they're all right. They're weird. Like, they're not bad. They're not bad. I've only watched them, I think, the one time each. And I think it's mostly because, like, I have a thing. I'm not a huge fan of watching horror stuff that is focused on the murderer, the bad guy, or whatever, in humanizing them in any way. Just because it does to me kind of like, just in general, I just don't enjoy it. You know, I'm like, I don't care about this person pretending to be nice right now. But that's just my own personal preference when it comes to horror movies. It's like, I also don't like the Terrifier movies because they're, like, to my opinion, excessively gory. But it's just my opinion. Okay, that's not what I wanted from my light thing, but it is what it is. Was Escape the Backrooms in early access? Probably. Probably. Do. Your main issue with true crime? Frequently, yeah. You tend to like your horror to have more of it. Yeah, I think it's like the suspense and stuff associated with it I frequently like. And I'm just not like a huge mind of the serial killer guy. I think I got over that a long time ago. I think maybe it's a psychology thing. I think maybe once you've done enough psychology stuff, you're like, yeah, I understand why and how people can be horrible to one another. Do. Okay. But so yeah, I'm generally more of a paranormal or sci-fi type guy. Like in my horror, I like ghosts, I like demons, I like aliens or monsters. I like the classic slasher movies because I grew up on them, but in those, you know, Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, they're all monsters, you know. Jason is essentially Frankenstein. Michael Myers is the boogeyman. The closest thing you can associate, what's his face? Freddy Krueger with is like some sort of like, demon. So like, there's just, they are not real, you know? When it comes to just like realistic serial killers, that's when I kind of get into like, I don't know. It just depends on if I like them or not. Some of them are great. Some of them are fantastic, but it's hit or miss for me. It's hit or miss. So I can see the new Conjuring movie. We saw it earlier. I dig it. It's a good final Conjuring. I would say as far as like its place within the Conjuring canon, it's in the middle. It's in the middle, upper mid. It's definitely not the worst. It's not the best, but it's good. I think it's worth checking out if you're a fan of the series. Brand new level. Let's see. News. Escape the Backrooms leaves early access on Steam and launches into 1.0 on October 23rd. Awesome. Thank you. It's great information. Did I see the new trailer for FNAF? No. Is it for the movie? I have not seen it. But I saw that they had released it. I was going to check it out at some point, and then I forgot. Like, I was away for the weekend, you know? Okay. Moving around. Yeah, I still need to check it out. So it comes out in, like, December, right? Instead of October. Like, it's annoying to me, like, if you're going to pump those movies out so fast, like, save it till Halloween the next year. I don't know. Just to me, it's like, I hate when horror movies don't come out around horror season, you know? And I get that you can't do that for all of them. You gotta have horror coming out all year round, and I want horror coming out all year round. But the biggest ones of the year need to be out during October. Just like you're not gonna release a Christmas movie in March, right? Like you could. I'm sure it's happened, but that seems pretty foolish, doesn't it? Anyway, I feel like FNAF is one that just should have to be. Gonna try and sleep. All right, later, Jay. And yeah, escape the backrooms. That'll be awesome. I'm excited for that. Speaking of, does anybody know when that movie's coming out? I'm very intrigued. Very intrigued. It's funny to me because I've noticed... God, what was I watching the other day? I was watching some other horror movie. I was watching the new VHS. VHS Halloween. There's a couple of them in there that I would say, like, it is very clear now how much the Backrooms has heavily affected horror. Escape the Backrooms getting a movie? Yeah, directed by Kane Pixels. Like, that's the whole thing about it, yeah, like we were talking about earlier. It was fully because of that awesome short that he made for, like, at this point, years ago. Okay. But, yeah, in VHS Halloween, there are several of the stories where people just kind of end up in random places. Wasn't there a trailer already? For which one? Are you talking about for Five Nights at Freddy's? Because that would be for the last Five Nights movie. There were some solid parts of VHS Halloween. Yeah, I'd say much like The Conjuring, I think VHS Halloween, it kind of falls in the middle of the VHS canon in terms of the quality. I think 94, in my opinion, is the best one. That might be my love of analog horror and just like 90s nostalgia. But I think 94 is the best one. I like honestly the ones that they've come out with the past like 3 or 4 years were great. Fun Size was super fun. I really like Fun Size. I like the sort of Candy King villain or like it's a neat, unique Halloween horror villain. You wish FNAF was more horror than PG-13. I mean, I do wish it was rated R instead of PG-13 in terms of allowing themselves to do what the story actually is supposed to do. It's kind of a situation, though, where it's sort of... FNAF is Goosebumps horror that's a lot bloodier, but at the end of the day, it's the aim was always at the Goosebumps age audience, if that makes sense. And PG-13 is as high as you can go for that. Even though, at this point, so many of the FNAF fans are like 20s and 30s because of how long ago this stuff came out. It's still kind of just the way that they go. Do you need to watch VHS movies in order? No. Like, the very first one just kind of, I think, does have like an overarching, like, hey, someone found these VHS tapes and they're watching them and here's the stuff that's on them. Whereas the modern ones are just like a bunch of disconnected horror stories, generally revolving around some theme, either the time frame that they're supposed to come out or some other theme. So there's like VHS Beyond, which I also really like, is one that's just sci-fi themed. And then 94 is awesome, 99 is awesome. The original one has some great ones, but it's so old that some of them are like literally hard to watch. Like one of them, the frame rate is like 20 frames per second, maybe. Because it's in like a glasses camera from like 2002. Speaking of horror, you're hopeful for the new Alien Isolation game? Yeah. The show or movie's been bad. The show started out so strong. I think the first couple of episodes of the show were like, you understand what Alien is supposed to feel like. And then by that last episode, I was like, how did you jump 3 sharks in 1 episode? So, like, I will give Beyond Alien Earth or whatever, I will give that season 2 a chance. But it's weird. It's certainly weird. Look at that. Crushed. Crushed! Stone mine. Okay, single family home unlocks a new one. The Cogitator. Ooh, timekeeper. Increase the harvest clock. Fields grow faster. Okay. Do I like Souls-likes? I do not. I do not. That is a genre I do not enjoy. Too difficult. Rather, it's not that it's too difficult necessarily. I understand like that's the point, and I understand like there is something. There was a part of me that I used to play games like that, where you have to really spend a lot of time practicing and learning and getting there. I've done that. I've lived that part of my life. My glory days are over when it comes to that stuff. Now I just like games that I just enjoy, you know? None of you do? No. Jazz and Enna and Ash all play Elden Ring. Jazz and Enna love Elden Ring. Little Big Planet 3 was the hardest game Prices played. That game was such a mess. It was such a mess at launch. God. Why you gotta take me back there, Brenner? Why you gotta take me back to those dark times? Let's sneak this guy. I want to put this in here somewhere because now it regrows fields. We'll put it here. It'll at least grow those 2 for now. I'll do a big rearrange once I can afford to buy some more zones. All right, what new buildings we got? We got a stone quarry. So that'll be good for harvesting this stone now. So I definitely want that one in here. We'll find a good spot for it. Let's get this new house. Gosh, I have another new house that I need to get as well. And the university, increase intelligence, scaling. Cool. The scaling ones are really good to get. This is how we're going to launch forward. You were there, you member? You member? Gosh, that was so long ago. Brenner. We're old. Do. Like, even you're old, Brenner. Even you're old now, Brenner. How are your knees feeling? Put you here. Put you here. Okay, so now this guy will occasionally... well, once it's built, I can put someone in there and it'll occasionally get me some passive stone. Oh, I got a couple more up here. That's right. Okay. This trophy can go over here. These guys do not need to be anywhere in particular. Okay. Building you, building you, building you, building you, building you. Okay. Let's move this guy up to here. This farm makes this a little difficult, but I don't want to get rid of the farm. Let's see. You turn 27 in 2 months. Old. Old. Oh, man. Oh, to be 27 again. That's like how old I was when we started Stumpt. Oh, man. We nearly 40. Yep, that's right, Criminy. Next year, I'm 40. Chrissy's like, what do you want to do for your birthday? And I'm like, I don't care, because I never care. But apparently 40 is important. Let's put the cohabitants in here. Wait, hold on. Let's put the embedded in there. I don't know if it matters really that much, but... you know, they do have bonuses associated with things. Oh, I need to get the university over here as well. So let's move that to here. I know that I wanted this guy for the fields. Oh, I can put it here. Like that. Cool. Now, these probably can upgrade, but let's wait a little bit. Which one are you? Strength scaling? All right, we'll upgrade strength scaling. Let's do that. Okay. And then I could upgrade another one of these. Let's upgrade you because I can actually harvest you again. Oh, I'm recovering. I already did my my harvest this time through. Okay, that's fine. So we're ready for the next time. And I guess I have space here. I can look that guy in there. Yeah, they'll harvest. Cool. Love it. So I should be getting a good amount of passive wood now. Yeah, so I should be probably grabbing stone. Will I be gaming as an old man? Absolutely. I can't imagine a life without games. I'll just be straightforward. I have been playing games since the womb. You still got to drive down one of these days? It's true. You do. You got to do it. You're not that far away, right? Because you're not all the way up in Seattle. New map? Did we get a new map? Did I beat the... I don't think I've beaten the snake twice. I need to beat the snake again. But we'll go for that next. Took your friends to Vegas for yours because you wanted to show them the non-gambling things that are super fun, like shows and art. I've heard that that's a fun trip to take if you're not a gambler because like the other stuff is actually pretty affordable because they want to get you into to gamble. But if you're like me and you're just like, yeah, no, I'll do the 2-drink minimum. I'll watch a little magic show. I'll go see a comedy show. That could be fun. That could be fun. Maybe I'll like get, you know, Chrissy and like my brothers and my sisters-in-law, and maybe we'll all go to Vegas. That could be fun. Maybe we can make that happen. A life without video games sounds like a little nightmare. Yeah, I can't imagine it just simply because I've played them my entire life, you know. But just games in general, right? If suddenly the power grid was destroyed by an EMP and we were thrust into darkness for, you know, a decade. I say that, honestly, we could probably repair everything within, you know, a decade or two, right? Everything had to start being built by hand at one point. We have the knowledge to fix it. It's one of those ones that I think a lot of people immediately like, oh, everything's going to go into chaos. Like, yeah, right away it will, right? Things will be horrifying, but it will slowly get rebuilt, and then everything will get put back up to like the full capacity that it once was because it's all there. It just needs to be rebuilt, right? All the electronics and everything are fried, but they just need to be rebuilt. It's not like electricity is gone forever. It's just everything that's already there is gone. It's like having to start a new save file, which I have proved today is easily doable. Oh, I can get this guy built now. Okay, cool. So I don't waste the resources. I'm also, you know, overly optimistic about many, many things. All right, let's jump into a new level. Well, I guess we'll play as the knight because I think we have played as everyone now, right? I've showed y'all the 3 new characters. We're still unlocking some more. We'll play the warrior. We'll go to the desert again. Try and beat the boss again. Then maybe we can check out the 3rd level or the 4th level, rather. You were referencing the Long Dark. Oh, right. Yeah, it's one of those things where like I think that there is a tendency to think of like what the perfect society would be and to make all these assumptions that say like we could never be there, right? I think we also similarly overestimate often the negative impacts of things, which is good. It's good to plan for the worst, right? I think it's good to plan for the worst. But oftentimes I think we do underestimate human ingenuity, and that overall humans are good and work together. It's that the ways that we have structured larger society have been built on oppression and, you know, societal and class differences. There is a lot of evidence to say that when we were in smaller societies, we were actually more civil to one another. Recently I did a lot of anthropology. No, not anthropology, archaeology. I always mix those two up. I did some archaeology studying, and one of the things that I really learned was that when we were in like these earlier proto-societies, these more like village societies, people tended to be a lot more peaceful with other groups and whatnot like that because you were in these smaller communal groups where your needs were taken care of. It was 100% communal. And so, in general, things were a lot more peaceful in interactions. But obviously, as those societies grow, as population booms, you start to have to push outside of your areas. You start to have to compete for resources. You start having spiritual and cultural beliefs that suddenly start to differ. And once you start to have these huge differences in ideas and things, once you have these populations that need more of the resources, once you have this scarcity, that's when it starts to happen. And so that's where it's like the big thing that humans need to learn is moderation. In, you know, all things, including, you know, our population size. I'm not like a people need to stop having babies kind of person, but I also do think that we need to be more thoughtful about kind of how we approach that. And that's why I'm a big proponent of, like, you know, contraception, Planned Parenthood, abortions, you know, everything having to do with sexual and reproductive rights, because it's like, not only should you have control over your own body, right? Obviously. But also people shouldn't be parents if they don't want to be parents. People shouldn't have children if they don't want to have children. Like, it's just not a good thing. There's no need for it. You always learn something from games? I mean, you can learn a lot from games. You can learn a lot from games. Like, I'll be honest, there's some stuff, like, there's some things in, like, Call of Duties and stuff, like, earlier ones when they were in, like, World War II and they did, like, Vietnam and stuff like that, where there are some things that you learn. There's some things that you learn. This is the politics? You're going to tell... Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, man. I think it's more of a human rights thing, but human rights often come up in politics, which is ridiculous that, like, we even have to argue over it, but there's just some people that don't care until it affects them. It's just, again, more and more as someone with a psychological background and kind of gaining perspective and stuff like that. There's a part of it that I feel like we're always going to be stuck in this loop until we figure out a different way of educating one another, because I do believe there are people who will not move past that, like, level of moral reasoning. I think it would be stage 3 or stage 4 of Kohlberg's reasoning. Moral reasoning. Firefacer! What is up? Thank you for them 33 months. Welcome on in. We're ball pitting it. Oh yeah, let's do that. It's a thing that we've known for a long, long time in terms of just in general how people do it. I've always been one of those ones, well, you know, it just has to do with, you know, as we get further and further along in society, blah, 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 people will get, you know, more educated and more intelligent. These things will grow and grow and grow. And I still do believe that that's the case, but now I'm starting to think that there are larger, like, cyclical things that affect that as well. Been looking forward to Ball Pit. The demo's amazing. Yeah, and it comes out tomorrow, I think. I'm lucky to have the little bit of early access. Okay. The Knight's interesting. Does he have, like, skills or anything? No, he's got nothing special about him. Let's get the healer effigy again. Why not? As they start to get a little bit closer to me. Now, what do I have? Weapon. Okay, so the lava one will be good. The ghost one will be good. I'm trying to think about, like, I need some AoE or not transparent. Piercing. I need more piercing or AoE. But if I can get to the lava balls, and then if I can get those to get piercing, then we'll be in a good spot. Let's increase AoE damage, because we do have a little. Let's do a fission. Okay. I need to get... Okay, good. We're at 3 and 3, so I will be able to get up to magma. The base character, yeah. And I think this one's called the Warrior. There may be another character that's called the Knight. There's another character that's also in heavy armor that I've unlocked before, back before my file got reset, who is very, like, it's neat, y'all. There's the mechanical differences that they come up with for some of the later characters. It's going to be a lot of fun to play with. It's going to be a lot of fun to play with. I don't want to spoil it for y'all, so you'll just see when we get there, but there's some good stuff. There's some good stuff. All right, let's give me some magma. So it's really interesting. The rock ball combos with, just off the top of my head, I know poison, fire, and ice. And each one of those rock upgrades does this effect that you can see. You see like the floating little balls of magma, that little guy right there. All the rock ones spawn like a little floating ball. So like the rock poison one spawns a little floating ball of poison. The rock ice one spawns like a little icicle that slowly flows through the air. So it's a really interesting feature of rock in general that, like, I don't know. It's interesting because the rock on its own doesn't do that. Knight must have high Oh, you know what? The Warrior's attributes are probably generally high. I bet that. I bet he just starts with higher base stats. Urine Vision, 750 months. Needed this chill stream on a rainy Tuesday evening. Hello, hello. Hello, hello to you. It is not raining here today. It is shiny, sunny, gorgeous day outside. It was raining yesterday, though. It's been off and on. It's been off and on, which I dig. We've had some heavy rain days, which... oh, that guy snuck up on me. I don't know if you've seen. The sandworms hide underground. They leave like a little slight square shadow. But yeah, we've had a couple of really heavy rain days, which are just the best. The best. Went out on our little catio, sat out there and just listened to the heavy rain falling around. The PNW weather untrustworthy in the fall, for real. What do we want? 1 to 2 when you healed. Well, I do have the healing effigy. Yeah. So every time he heals me, it's going to fire little balls out as well. That's a cool synergy. It's a very cool synergy. Because, like, my little healer effigy, every, like, second, he shoots out a little red healing beam. And now that's going to spawn 2 baby balls every time. That's awesome. The synergies are so cool once you, like, discover them. Once you're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I'm trying to think of another one that I come up with the other. There's some really good ones. Yeah, let's do fusion of you two. Absolutely. Now my magma will pass through the enemy. That's absolutely what I want. Ghost magma. Look at that. I love the visual effects that they do as well. Let's throw down another broodmother. Okay. Maybe we can get some more bugs. Get some more buggies. Look at the fire. It's gorgeous. That's what we're looking for. That looks like a winning ball to me. Yeah, let's get light. Wait, what if there's a light bug? That would make sense. If there's like a firefly, a lightning bug. That'd be interesting. And like, because I know it doesn't combo with fire and I know it doesn't combo with lightning because I would have had those opportunities before. So maybe it combos with the new light ball. Pyromaniacs, indeed. Ooh, I got hit a couple times. I was looking over at chat. It's okay. We got a healer. We got a healer. Yeah, a lot of these guys shoot lasers. That's kind of the big one in the desert, it seems. The lasers and then the hidden sandworms. But they're pretty easy to see. Like, okay, there's one right there. They're pretty easy to see as long as you're just, like, watching where you're walking. You know? Okay. And right now, like, all day today so far, we've only played on the easiest difficulty, the slowest map speed. But that's just because I need to clear it with all the characters first in order to unlock the other zones and things, like the blueprints and everything. Doing it on the faster difficulties will be good for earning resources. But for right now, I think I just kind of need to clear every zone more on the easy difficulties. And I can go every now and then and do like faster on like the first couple zones, because I mean I did that during the demo. But I also want to try and make progress. I think playing the demo as much as I did, it makes me want to just sit down and grind all the way through to the higher difficulties. But it's like, no. There's new content to be unlocked. I think every level that we go through will have at least one new ball. So I want to unlock all of those as well. You know? Ow. It was on me. I walked through that laser. I saw it. I just didn't behave as if I cared. Do. Okay. This game's so good. This is so good. Gonna head out. Let me know when to drive down. Love you, buddy. All right, later, man. Yeah, we'll have to... Maybe we can make something happen before Stumpt. Because, you know, at that point, I'm not seeing nobody. Stumpt is really... It's like... If you want to know what the experience of Stumpt is like on our end, just imagine locking yourself in a room for 2 weeks. Because you're so focused on all of what you're doing that just you don't stop. It's a lot. It's a lot. Where's my health bar? It's in the lower left-hand corner. It's the red orb down here. One thing I really like, every character's XP/health bar is unique. So with the warrior, you can see it's a sword and like a helmet kind of looking thing. Just pay attention to it, every other character that we pick. Okay. Oh, and you're in Vision, did I call out that you resubbed, or did I just call you out like a message? Because if not, thank you for resub. And not just focus on the donations and the decorations and things, but also just like a lot of work goes into it. Setting stuff up, taking it down, you know, going and getting all the things that we need to get for stuff, you know. There's just a lot. And like we aren't used to streaming all day long. You know, there's streamers who do this every day, 8, 10, 12 hours a day. Some people do it all day long, literally, but I think that's an incredibly unhealthy thing to be doing, psychologically and physically. But you know, we don't stream for those huge long periods of time. So when we do Stumpt, it like is a shock to our system. I'm sure with people who are used to streaming that much. Oh, did you see that? I kind of hid behind my guy. Okay, that time it didn't work. He did block one a moment before, though. All right. Get him. Can't wait. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. We've got some ideas. Ooh. We got some ideas. I got some fun ideas for stuff I need to work on. Maybe I should have like a little secret Patreon meeting or something, because there's some stuff I want to generate for Stumpt that actually it could be kind of fun to do with y'all, because it's the kind of thing that it's okay if y'all know. It's the kind of stuff that I don't want Ash Jazz or Enna to know. Because there's a thing that I'm going to be running that I'm very excited for. It's not a RPG campaign, though I will also be doing some RPG related stuff. We are gonna do Bean Quest this year. I've made a commitment. I've made the rest of the crew make a commitment. I'm like, we are doing this. So that is the thing. But there's another thing that I want to work on. So actually, I need to get our schedule. We've been working on the schedule. I need to go and look at that and figure out which days I can make that happen and kind of get everybody to sign on ahead of time. Basically, I told everybody, I was like, I need a day. There needs to be a day where for a good couple of hours on that, everybody's there and I'm running some stuff, because we never have time to do it all. It's tough to plan ahead of time with all that because you don't know where things are going to go. But if you don't plan ahead, then it just never makes it to the schedule, you know? And I trust you not to tell them. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. I trust y'all. Because for y'all, it will be so much fun to see them not knowing this stuff. And that's all I will say. And even then, y'all won't, even if you were able to tell them, it's like the kind of thing where it's like it wouldn't be enough to get them to be able to kind of like, I'll say cheat or prepare, but it's not like it would be cheating or preparing. It's just like, you know. It's like knowing what to study for the test before the test, but I don't want them to know anything about what to study. But they know about the test. Let's do piercing. Piercing through the forest. All right, we unlocked the blueprint for the mine. This is one where when you bounce against it, you earn gold. So this is basically our gold generator for the base. Let's return to base. We got a new gear, which means we can get to the new zone. It only took us 2 hours to get caught up to where I was in the previous, in the episode that went out today. Other than I don't have as much meta progress, but I have as much game progress, so that's pretty cool. All right, we will build the mine as well. And I'm going to just do a thing where it's like, we're just going to force this. So let's expand. We're going to buy this one. And I'm going to just go ahead and let's do a rearrange. We're going to move the farms up to here. Where's my harvest start point? Here, okay. So what we're going to do... Oh, I could upgrade you as well. Hold on. I can upgrade you as well. Just the corridor of only building buildings, you know? Yeah, that'll do like that. If we do like this, actually. Okay, and then can I upgrade any other buildings? Don't have enough money for you. I can upgrade you. Can upgrade you. Upgrade you. Wow, a lot of upgrades. These ones I can also upgrade, but it's just you go into them to upgrade them, but already we got plenty. So then what I'll do is, let's grab you guys, let's move you over here. Oh yeah, I want you over here anyways to regenerate those. So then we will move everything up. 1, 2. That. And that. And actually... Actually, no. Back to the wall, then do it like this. Okay. I think that'll be good. Let's build a bunch of buildings, y'all. Oh, but actually, I can do this. Now that I think about it. Rearrange. I can go ahead and put these guys in here because we just pass over them. They don't actually block you in any way, so this will be fine. Okay. I think I can fit one last one up here. All right, let's harvest. Okay. Build the buildings. Nice, nice. Come on, build a bunch more. Come on, build them all. Build them all. Close. We got a lot of them. We got a lot of them. All right. Still haven't unlocked the new character one. Too bad. That's this one. I need 2 more hits on that guy. But I did build a good chunk. A lot of the ones that I think a lot of the ones that needed to be upgraded got built, which is cool. All right, let's assign someone to the gold mine. Let's make that. Do any of y'all have a gold bonus? No. I don't want any of the ones that increase the harvest clock if I can avoid it, but it seems like I don't have a choice. So let's throw you in there. Okay. Then let us. We're going to get ready to head off to the next zone. But I am, I think, going to take a quick break. I'm going to stop my recording. Yeah. So let's do that.